early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dillon, I don't give a what you think about a co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just got to toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the people's podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Hey,
Live from
Somewhere.
it's
Dillon.
Good whatever to you. Whenever you are watching this episode of Co-Host Auditions, I am your co-host, Dillon. Today's host is a returning host, King Knowbody. He was popular amongst our regular viewers, and they've been wanting to see him come back. So he is back. He has got about 9,500 subscribers. Our first video up is from about a month ago, 3.3 thousand views. So he is indeed kicking my ass. I would like to have, it's not a whole lot of monetization money at that point, but it's more than I'm making because I'm not even on the second tier of monetization. I can't get ads in here, just super tips, super thanks, and memberships. Oh, this Friday, we will have a members only show. We have got Slow Adult Speed Dating, a 17-minute straight-through segment. I believe Wizzy Wiz is the host. Been a month since I checked that out, so it's going to be new to me, too. So thank you, folks, for joining. Without further ado, oh, yes, I should introduce him. He is a mid-30s virgin, and he's as funny as Ray DeVito. He's got jokes, and they will not elicit a laugh as much as a cringe. So I'm hoping to see more of that on today's episode. This first video, titled I Wish I Never Dated, is, well, you never really dated in the first place. So let's see what this is all about. Take it away, King Knowbody. He's coming in hot with a harmonica solo. Does seem to have a regular outfit. He was wearing that blue collared shirt with a black shirt underneath last time, and I am mirroring that with a black collared shirt with a blue shirt underneath, just like any good tag team. Sam Bibley has given this guy a chance after the last co-host audition a few months ago. Apparently, he says this guy does indeed need a second mic to make him bearable to Mr. Bibley. Ooh, I do need to work out more, don't I, Mr. Z? I'm looking a little too much like our buddy King Knowbody.
Hey, nobodies. It's me here once again, here with my co-host, Mr. Knowbody. So I've been getting some interesting comments in some of my videos, comments about like my dating life, but it's comments about how jealous.
Well, you have made that quite a part of your channel, is pointing and laughing at you. You might think it's with, it's not with.
Jealous people are of me, believe it or not. I mean, I don't know what in the hell there is to be jealous of. But I've been getting comments from people who are like, oh, man, you've been on dates?
He's been getting comments? What are you, Aaron Emholt, getting the cumsies on you?
How lucky you are. Or, I even had someone accuse me of humble bragging about all the dates I've been on. And I was appalled. I was like, humble bragging? What the hell does that mean? So I looked it up, and apparently it's like one of those new slang terms.
He hasn't been posting a whole shitload of videos since we last checked in with him. I don't believe that it's been long enough a time to have gone on all these dates.
I mean, I'm almost in my 40s. I'm not down with current day internet jargon, so I had to look this crap up. And yeah, basically it means you're bragging while trying to sound humble at the same time. So I don't know why my dumbass couldn't put the two together. Leave it to me to screw something like that up. But yeah, I get people in my comment section acting like I'm like I'm Gene Simmons or something, because I've been on a handful of dates, and
They're fucking with you, King Knowbody. They're not serious.
I've got a little.
Ooh, you went out on dates on a swipey app. You have got it going on.
Bit of experience. I mean, for me, like
Birdie. That looks like the same Birdie from Anita Fitmom. You and her should talk. It won't go anywhere, but you should talk.
Being jealous of someone like me just because, like, I've been on dates and stuff before.
Actually, no. Anita Fitmom has a green parakeet. I have to back that up, because who is jealous of you for going on dates? You haven't done the dating dance, shall we call it. I'm talking about fucking.
Being jealous of someone like me just because, like, I've been on dates and stuff before. That's like, being jealous of someone who's never had a job before just because they've been on job interviews. It's like, oh, you're so lucky you've had job interviews. But it's like, yeah, but I'm still unemployed, still broke, can't keep the electricity on. Right, Dusty? You agree, right? You would know. After all, you pay the electric bills.
He knows what the deal is. He has not as much been in a romantic situation as he's gone on an interview for romantic situations, and they've said, no, sir, your services are not needed at this time.
You agree, right? You would know. After all, you pay the electric bills around here. It's like, look, I got a little bit of
That was a joke. That was a joke. The sound effect really put it over the top there, Mr. Knowbody.
Around here.
King Knowbody. I apologize.
It's like, look, I got a little bit of experience, but I mean, there are people my age who have kids who have more experience than me. So I don't know what the hell people are thinking I'm bragging about. I mean, I know there are guys out there who have no experience, but I guess that's just the era we're living in.
Who are these fools who haven't even been out on a date? Rudolph Valentino is sending out an SOB, save our bird. Hey, he disappeared. Did you eat the bird?
Nowadays, we all have to be in a pissing contest about how miserable we all are. Not that I'm miserable or anything, but I could get on here and be like, oh, my house burnt down and I lost everything. And then someone will be like, oh yeah, well, my house burnt down and I lost everything and I got eaten alive by cannibals. I guess someone's always got to have it worse. And to be honest, looking back, I wouldn't have gone on those dates. Like, I really wish I didn't even bother. I mean, I'm kind of
wasted 20 fucking bucks for the night, buying her dinner and a drink for her. She wanted a few more drinks, but that then went on her bill. I was non-Dutch up to a point. After 20 bucks, we're going Dutch, bitch.
I'm glad I did, just for the fact
I could have saved that 20 bucks and bought some DLC.
It's given me some kind of funny material for these videos and stuff. And I got some funny stories out of it, but looking back, it was kind of like a waste of time. I mean, when I think about all the time and the money I spent especially. I mean,
I knew it. That's what it comes down to, motherfucker. Well, it's like training. You may not have actually had a romantic encounter, but this is training for a future romantic encounter. Or you could just spend $200 in a night and get your willy whacked. But Actually, didn't we watch a video last time where he failed with a prostitute?
Think of all the money I spend. I think about, like, you know, the more important things I could have spent that money on. Like, you know, paper towels. I mean, everyone needs paper towels. And I'm constantly sitting here thinking, oh man, I'm going to go out and get some paper towels.
All right, here we are. We are now diving right into the comedy bits, the comedy stylings of King Knowbody. Things more important than a date, like paper towels and toilet paper, paper clips. What, am I supposed to waste all my paperclip money on this woman who I'm never going to see again?
And I'm constantly sitting here thinking, oh man, I'm going to go out and get some paper towels. And then I go to the store and I forget to pick up some paper towels. And then I get back to my apartment. I'm like, oh crap, it's this empty cardboard roll now. Yeah, I mean, dating and stuff, it's not fun.
It was such a bizarre story of him buying a prostitute and not fucking that prostitute that I, like, my mind rejected it. Like, this story does not exist. I really wish that was a bit, that you spent your hard-earned money on a prostitute and then didn't get your hard-earned load.
I don't enjoy it. I don't miss it. I don't plan on doing it again. I just, it's not something I enjoy doing. And, you know, now that I'm in my late 30s and, you know, I'm approaching the end of the first half of my life, I just kind of want to, like, chill and enjoy things as they come and whatnot. Like, I
enjoy things as they come, like Aaron Imholt. Another episode of the St. Cloud Moron Show tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. I still got to pull some clips, but oh boy, Mr. Aaron denying that he ate cumsies. I don't even care if it's not true. It's funny.
I think the best date I ever went on was with this girl I met on Match.com. We went to a movie together. We saw Dumb and Dumber 2, that really crappy Dumb and Dumber sequel that they made like 10 years ago. And then right afterwards...
Are you talking actually Dumb and Dumber? Has it been 10 years since Dumb and Dumber 2 came out?
We went to Target. I can't remember why. I was probably, you know, going to pick up some ibuprofen to, you know, cope with the fact that I just saw Dumb and Dumber 2.
You should go to the Best Buy and get yourself some condensed air. You might forget the entire night once you're done with that. Spurg Snake has a proper view on that hooker. Tell her to do her job, whether it be hand or blow.
But while we were in Target, this like really old dude walked up to us and he just screamed, "I've never heard of any of these people," and walked off. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I don't know what people he was referring to. He just walked up to us. "I've never heard of..."
All right, now launch into a Seinfeld now. Who are these people? I've never heard of these people.
I don't know what people he was referring to. He just walked up to us. "I've never heard of any of these people," and just walked off. And it's been like 10 years, and I still cannot stop thinking about that old man and what people he was referring to. Old man, if you're out there somehow watching this video, hopefully you're still alive, but please message me what people you're referring to, because I want to know.
Haven't you seen Arrested Development? Ibuprofen isn't a forget-me-now. You have the roofies that are the forget-me-now, and if you take them too late, you may just end up in a cycle like Job did, of forgetting a month on end, of like, oh, I remember that. Another forget-me-now. Another forget-me-now.
10 years later, I'm still thinking about it. And then we...
I honestly didn't realize it's been 10 years since Dumb and Dumber 2. All right. Time is passing.
Went outside the store, and there was this like homeless dude sitting outside the entrance. I think he was homeless, but you know, he might have been just like a busker or something.
Homeless or hipster, it's the most fun that you can have in Los Angeles. Well, there is more fun you can have in Los Angeles, but for free, the best fun you can have in Los Angeles is going to Silver Lake and playing homeless or hipster. Johnny Blaze, speaking up about the Aaron Imholt guzzling accusations, he says, oh yeah, he did it. He guzzled the goo. And we will indeed analyze that tomorrow. That might be the entire show tomorrow, is talking about Aaron eating man essence.
I don't know. And he looked at me and the girl, he was like, hey guys, I'm like a blues musician, and I'm gonna go down to Atlanta to record this song. If you could just spare a little bit of money, I'll play the song for you. And the girl I was with was like, oh, that's so sweet. So, I wanted to like impress her, I guess. So I gave him a 10, and he pulls out a harmonica and he just starts blowing random notes into it, like,
Oh, if only he'd blow something else. At this point in your life, would you accept a blowy from a street performer? So, seeing as how King Nobody has a harmonica, I assume that this story ends with him kicking the ass of this busker homeless man and stealing his harmonica.
a harmonica and he just starts blowing random notes into it, like, and he started doing that weird hand thing, trying to look all soulful and stuff. So he was basically just like,
Yeah, that did just pop up the distorted mic. Testes, testes. 1, 2, 3. Testes, testes. 1, 2, 3.
like really hamming it up, acting like he was really getting into it. And
I just played with
we were
the
just
knobs. Oh, there it is. It's back again. I played with the knobs a little bit, and it went away. And now the mic is doing weird things again. Son of a gun.
standing there all awkwardly, like we wanted to be polite and stuff. But yeah, he was not good. He was definitely no John Popper, that's for damn sure. Thankfully, one of the guys who worked at the store came out and made the guy go away. But yeah, that was probably like the best date I ever went on. Just kind of a weird, boring one where I saw a crappy movie.
Oh my goodness, that was the best date that he has ever gone on. Oh no. The best date he ever went on is because he beat up a hipster and stole his harmonica. Yeah. I apologize, judgmental audio guy. It just started recently. It was like a few minutes into this episode that this weird hummy began.
Got randomly shouted out by an old dude and listened to a really crappy harmonica that I had to pay $10 for. So yeah, I don't, looking back, don't miss any of it.
Oh, you paid for that? You idiots! You shouldn't have paid for that. You should have beat up the homeless guy. Okay, I think I got it all figured out now. I think the audio is better. I blame Kitty for sitting on the audio cord earlier.
If you're I don't want to be one of these people who's like, oh, you're not missing out on much, because I don't know, maybe you are. But just me personally, I don't really feel like there's anything to brag about. I mean, I got a little experience, but it's not good experience. And looking back, I would have just like focused on other things. By the way, you might be wondering why in the heck I have this harmonica. I actually got this harmonica like 8 years ago. It was back when I was like getting really drunk every day. What I would do sometimes when I was drunk, so
back when the crippling depression of never getting laid really meant something to me, but now I'm numb to it.
I would go on Amazon and
Hooray! It sounds like the audio issues are all figured out. It was the cord. You did this, didn't you, Kitty? You fucked with the cord.
just randomly spend money on stupid stuff that I didn't need. I might make a video all about that in the future. But one of the things I got was this harmonica, and I didn't even remember getting this harmonica. I don't know why I got this harmonica. I don't even play the harmonica, but I got this harmonica. By the way, I thought I should also mention in this video that 3 days ago, as of this recording, is the 2-year anniversary of me starting this channel. And I just want to thank everybody who has watched.
Who would have known if he would have had the wherewithal to purchase that harmonica had he not been drinking every day? That's more like a drunk purchase or a high purchase. He might not have been able to make that knee-jerk response to be like, I should buy this.
Watched and enjoyed my crap over the last couple years. I hope I can continue entertaining you folks here in the future. And on behalf of myself, Dusty, and Mr. Nobody, ow! Quit biting my ear. Anyway, on behalf of myself, Dusty, and Mr. Nobody, I will.
So this wasn't the most successful of attempted comedy bits, but clearly, a comedy bit, you should be going to your local open mics. You can help work this material out. It doesn't help to work this material out if you're only doing it online to no audience whatsoever.
Mr. Nobody. Ow! Quit biting my ear! Anyway, on behalf of myself, Dusty, and Mr. Nobody, I will see all you nobodies later. Keep it cringy, everyone.
He bought a raspberry harmonica, the kind you find at a secondhand store.
Ow!
He's doing a bit there of the bird abusing him. So I do give him credit for attempting bits. You got to try this in front of people if you're not doing that already, King Nobody.
So, I don't really consider myself old.
I was thinking that, Johnny Blaze, of a butthole instrument, shoving that harmonica up your ass and eating a lot of beans to really get that butthole instrument going.
35, so I'm not really.
Actually, that can help with the one-man banding. If you shove the harmonica up your ass and then you have room for the pan flute in front here. Well, actually, the one-man bands that we have seen with pan flutes, he still does need to hold the pan flute. There's not like a special holder as there is for harmonicas.
Young, but I wouldn't consider myself old, like maybe on the young side of middle age. And I don't consider myself an incel either. So imagine my horror recently when someone in my comment.
Okay, he is not an incel. I guess I am on the same kind of path that you are. Not getting laid, not an incel, because I am turning down ugly bitches and gay guys. Gay guys in this area, I've got way too feminine energy for this part of the country. In Southern California, I was like very much a 7, 8, 9 on manliness. But out here, the energy that I have, women are like, seems a little faggy. Not in Los Angeles. It doesn't seem faggy in Los Angeles. Whoops, I said the F word. I'm supposed to say bundle of sticks. YouTube doesn't like that word.
Section called me an old cell. Pretty fucked up, huh? Hey, nobodies, it's me here once again, here with my co-host, Mr. Nobody. So, I've been referred to here on YouTube as being an incel. I've been referred to as an incel YouTuber, and I gotta say, not a fan. Not a fan of that label being used towards me. I die a little bit on the inside every time I'm referred to as being one.
All right, I would like to hear you talk about the tail that you rejected, because I will talk about the tail that I rejected. She was a very nice woman, but she was ugly. Pretty darn ugly. The body, not the type of curvy that I like. It's a very fine line of a sexy fat girl and a fat girl.
Just because I just don't agree with what incels believe at all. I find a lot of their beliefs hideous, and I want nothing to do with it. And I'm not referring to all incels. I know that there are a lot of incels out there who are decent guys. They're just frustrated and lonely, and they don't get involved with the whole toxicity online.
Rudolph Valentino, what really stunk about this lady was that she had a sexy sister. Like, all of the good looking genes went into her sister, and really enjoyed spending time with her. She even hey, I've got she told me there's someone coming in town. We used to kind of fool around. Yeah, go ahead, fool around. I really wanted a stunt cock with that relationship. Let me go out and search for random tang to put my stick in, and absolutely, you go and fuck someone else. I need a stunt cock for this relationship. Because I've said it a few times. I thought I had erectile dysfunction there for a while of all the unattractive women that I was going with, that I was like, okay, we can't do this long term. When we are in a bind, sure. But if we're having a long-term relationship with someone who doesn't make the wee-wee all stiff, nah, I can't do that. Unless she's up for the polyamory and the stunt cock.
And so this video isn't geared towards them. This video is about these petulant, whiny man babies who go on forums, spend hours daily bitching about women, bitching about how life's unfair to them because of the way they look, idolizing assholes like Elliot Rodger and that idiot in Canada who ran over a bunch of people with his van. It's those incels that I'm referring to in this video. It's those that I have an issue with. I'm not a fan, and I really.
Oh, so we're not talking about ladies anymore. We do have Mr. Z who wants to know some information about some pussy. Little kitty cat over here is Rue. She is 3 years old, and she is my roommate's cat because it's just a lot easier to be an animal uncle, and they want them animals.
Really want nothing to do with that. In fact, one of the reasons why I created this channel is because I wanted to prove that like not all.
Oh, and this cat's a dick. I'm about the only one in the house that this cat likes. She tolerates the other ones, but yeah, she is a tortie and she is a dick.
All older guys who are virgins and have never been in a relationship. I wanted to show that not all of us are whiny, petulant man babies who hate women. And because of these incels, you know, guys like me are kind of, you know, we kind of have to deal with that stereotype. And I just want to, you know, show that not all guys are like that who are in that position. I'm just a regular guy, you know, pay my own taxes, pay my own bills, live.
So do you go to Montague's and get the regular guy look that good old Rodney Dangerfield created for us regular guys? Always looking for a new co-host, Juggler Jen, especially one who has that sweet, sweet monetization. But they don't pay me no mind. Those ones with the golden YouTube plaque, or even the what is it? Is it a silver? Is it a platinum? Whatever. It's 100,000 and a million. They pay me no mind. The one who I'm looking to get some baby bird of their money, the way that Aaron got some baby bird of Nick Recade's cum.
In my own apartment, work a full-time job. I'm just a regular dude. I just haven't experienced certain romantic things. I mean, that's just, and you know, that's another thing that I think doesn't make me an incel, is that I really don't care about being on my own. I don't care about being in relationships. I just genuinely don't care anymore. And ever since I posted that video about being 35 and never been in having a girlfriend before, I've cared even less. Like now, when I was in my 20s.
So the amazing atheist I have got to check out. Initially, when I saw that in the chat there, I thought of the amazing racist Ari Shafir taking a bunch of day laborers over to the INS office. That's how I first saw Ari. I'm a fan of that crazy, crazy man. And it's lucky, it's good that he's decided to be an insane person, because that does help your stand-up comedy if you just let your craziness run wild.
And when I was a teenager, I cared quite a bit. But, you know, ever since I hit 30, and especially since the pandemic, and especially since I posted that video, you know, my give a shits are just down the drain. Because I feel like I've got a pretty good life for myself, you know? I feel like life's pretty good. I honestly can't complain. Life, you know, people experience different things in life. So
do you have a fleshlight? That would help with the not complaining. If you failed with the ladies, you struck out with a hooker somehow. Jesus, I need to rewatch that video. I forgot that was a thing.
Some people experience some things. Some people don't experience some things. Everyone goes through life at their own pace. So I'm just going to go through life at my own pace. I think another thing that doesn't make me an incel is that I kind of fly in the face of what so many of these incels believe. Because, look, I don't think I'm a particularly good-looking guy. You know, I think I'm geeky looking.
You are correct, sir.
Looking, you know, I got a gut. I need to lose some weight. Got a double chin here. And as I hear about 80,000...
How's the peen?
...times a day in my comment section, my hairstyle apparently sucks. And by the way, if you're thinking about making a comment in my comment section about how my hairstyle sucks, trust me, I know. I've been told that many, 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 many times. So you're not going to be the first person to make that observation. Anyway, but you know, even though I don't think I'm particularly good looking, I mean,
nice little mouse noise there.
I guess I have features that are considered attractive. And, I am well over 6 feet.
What was that cut there? That was a very odd cut. I've got features. He probably went down a rabbit hole of just really shitting on himself, and self-deprecating is great for your stand-up comedy bit, sir.
I guess I have features that are considered attractive. And, I am well over 6 feet tall, and I do have a full head of hair. And I've been told I have a decent jawline. I guess, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that sort of thing. So I've got these features, I guess, that are supposedly considered really attractive. Hasn't worked out too well for me. But, these incels, they think that,
Oh, the sum of the parts is less than the individual parts, unfortunately for you.
every guy who has these features that I have must be drowning in pussy. And a lot of these incels think that if they, had some of these features that I had, that their life would just change overnight. And I got to tell you from experience, that's just not the case. And a lot of incels, they focus way too much on looks. They think all these women care about.
I do want a product that looks and sounds proper, judgmental audio guy. And yeah, it was something on the audio cord that I just had to move. Son of a bitch, there are puppy teeth marks in this cord. Fucking Tato.
Our looks, and they think that if you're not like a 6'4" who is built like John Cena or something, that you have no chance. And that's just not true at all. That's just not true. And all you got to do is go out in public to know that's not true. I was in Chicago just this past week. I saw the Rolling Stones in Chicago, and I was walking around Chicago going through some of the museums and stuff, and I would see a lot of couples. And the men in these couples, they all.
And then your rage meter went off. These boyfriend-free girls are not around. We have all these selfish men taking all the pretty women for themselves. So apparently, Sam Bibley, I don't think I watched that one. This was your own independent research, finding out that King Knowbody drank and threw up so much that he had the symptoms of a girl with bulimia. Well, men with bulimia too, but that's much more rare.
All had different shapes and sizes and ethnicities. I would see guys of all different shapes and sizes and colors with these women, and some of these women were quite beautiful, and they would be with these guys who weren't particularly tall or weren't particularly good looking, and I don't see it. It's just saying that women only care about.
He doesn't see it. Going back to his John Cena references.
These guys who are like ridiculously good looking and muscular and tall. That's just not true. That's just not true at all. Another thing I find off-putting about incels is that they say some things that I think are kind of weird. They got a lot of really weird slang. Like they like to call.
The other thing I hate about these incels is how they sway back and forth, even when there isn't any music to sway back and forth to.
Women foids. That's a thing with them. That women are foids. I don't get that. It's like, you do know what a foid is, right, incels? You do know what a foid is. A foid is a card that you have to get in order to purchase a firearm. I don't want to enforce any negative stereotypes, but incels, you do realize that you don't have the best reputation when it comes to using firearms, right? You do realize that. So I wouldn't be tossing that term around. Just saying. If I'm an incel, I'm not going to be tossing that term around. And some of the other stuff is just really, strange to me. Like, the whole Chad and Stacy thing, adding maxing to every verb.
Chad and Stacy? Who the fuck are Chad and Stacy? I remember Ned and Stacy. That was a sitcom that lasted all of like 1 or 2 seasons on Fox, where these two people got married just to live in an apartment together. I don't know. It was a dumb, convoluted premise. No wonder it didn't last.
Ever. One insult that incels like to use is calling guys oofy doofies. I had someone in my comment section call me an oofy doofy a few days ago. I guess that any guy that's considered silly or something is called an oofy doofy. I don't know. But to me, it was just kind of weird. I wasn't insulted by that. I was just kind of weirded out that someone who I presume is an adult used the
This would be fun if it turned into a science lesson, Peter Sky Parker. Mitochondria are incels. It's been a long time since I took Biology 101. I am forgetting a lot of the other structures that are incels.
Term oofy doofy as an insult, unironically. It's kind of like if a grown man went up to you and called you a poopy head, but he was serious about it. You wouldn't be insulted. You'd be like, okay, that's kind of strange. That's kind of how I felt about being called an oofy doofy. Oh, and then there's this other group of people online. They call themselves like the black pill, or they think they're black pilled. Now, I've looked into that a little bit. To me, it's just an edgier version of being an incel, from what I gather.
Actually, I did want to take the black pill recently, and she was just all about having kids as soon as possible. And it's like, no, 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 no. I want no kids ever. I will casually date you, but you are not getting my essence inside of your vagina. I do not want kids. So, yeah, I was disappointed that she was so gung ho on the kids, because she was thick. She was thick with some titties, and yeah, just way too much. I want kids. Hey, you're 20 something. Fiddle fuck around with this doofus for a while.
Like, I don't know if there's any interactivity between these two online communities or whatever, but the whole black pill thing, I'm not a fan of that either. Just because, mainly, calling yourself.
No, I will not make out with you, Mr. Z. DNA is in cells, and it is in Aaron Imholt's mouth.
Black pilled. That just sounds like something like a edgy teenager would call themselves, but like an edgy teenager from like the last couple of years of the Clinton administration. Like, I don't know, like if you're like 20 years old and
prisoners are in cells. The Undertaker and Mankind were in cells in 1998.
Under, I get it, but if you're over the age of 20,
J.K. Simmons was an incel when he was on HBO's Oz.
I don't know, like if you're like 20 years old and under, I get it, but if you're over the age of 20 and you're calling yourself black pilled or saying that you took the black pill and you're being serious, you should probably do some hardcore.
In general, Sam Bibley, I should go ahead and get the vasectomy, because no kids. I don't want no fucking kids. So it's become quite an easy procedure as well. So I could have had a nice fun time getting black pilled while she got white wanged. But yeah, I did not go to that effort of getting my wee snipped, which I should. I don't want them ever. Period.
Or reevaluation of your life. Because as a guy who's almost 36,
wee snipped to stop sperm, not wee snipped to make it a vagina. Just to be clear.
I could not look in the mirror and say that I'm black pilled with a straight face. In fact, let's just get rid of all these pills altogether because they're all stupid. I know that they're supposed to be like a reference to the Matrix, but I mean, why do you want to align yourself with a movie franchise that only has one good movie and 3 really crappy ones? And like
1.5 good movies. The Matrix has 1.5 good movies out of the 4.
Like I said, I'm not a fan, and I've browsed on some of these incel forums, and it's pretty clear to me why some of these guys can't get women. And it ain't because of their looks. I've seen some fucked up shit on these incel forums, and some of these guys spend way too much time.
There is somewhere I have never been. An incel forum. Are you over there on Reddit, or do you have another site which you go to these incel forums? Rudolph Valentino, that is what the gay men in the community are calling for. You don't want kids, and you have this feminine energy. No, it's not feminine energy. It's somewhere gay like Los Angeles. It's only gay feminine energy here, where men are men.
Time on these forums. Like, I saw a guy who had joined a year ago, and he had 20,000 posts. It was like 20,000 and some odd number, but he had over 20,000 posts. That means, on average, he had to post every half hour, every day for an entire year.
Peter Sky Parker is watching this on cell. And as much as this guy is saying he isn't an incel, look at this. I've got you on my phone. I've got to monitor this. My fucking stream got taken down for watching a public domain video, so I always have to have this open. I neglected to have this open during that public domain watch along, and my video got taken down, and I've got a warning. So 90 days, we'll try it again, the public domain theater. But I've got to be a good little boy until then.
Half hour every day for an entire year, just going online bitching about women. I mean, seriously, like, don't even touch grass. Just touch anything. Touch anything else besides your mouse and keyboard.
I like to burn the grass myself.
Or your phone screen. Touch anything else. That's just ridiculous to me. How does someone live like that? Like, it's pretty clear. These guys have issues, and it ain't their looks. Also, my pet bird Dusty wants to add his own input. This is what he has to say.
Okay, that bird is adorable. Johnny Blaze, not as big of a fan of that bird as I was.
Words of wisdom right there. Anyway, that's all I got to say in this video. See all you nobodies later.
And that's all I got to say about that. We've got one more video lined up for our buddy Mr. King, rather. King Knowbody. Mr. Knowbody is the flat Stanley on his wall. Yeah, Peter Sky Parker. I can, if anyone sends a super sticker, it doesn't come up here on StreamYard. I've got to see it over here on the phone. And yeah, my Corey Feldman episode, ever since that one, I've been watching it regularly. That one also got taken down for third-party copyright usage, even though it was clearly transformative. So, see, this is his uniform. He's got himself a streaming uniform, his blue-collared shirt with a black shirt underneath, and here I am, your opposite, your tag team partner.
So here lately, I've been accused of coping, because I guess coping is considered a bad thing nowadays. Pretty fucked up, huh?
There is something here. You do need to go to these in-person open mics. I don't think that he is a complete no future bomb in comedy. I think he could be a middler in Ohio. I think he's got it in him. He just needs to put the pieces together. The pieces aren't together yet.
Hey nobodies, it's me here once again, here with my co-host Mr. Knowbody. Today in this video I'm going to be talking about coping, because I've had some people accuse me of coping in my comment section here lately. You see, over the last few years, I guess, coping has become sort of like an insult online. Now, I'm getting to be an old man. I'm almost in my 40s, so I don't really pay too much attention to internet jargon. But from what I see, pretty much anybody who's in a what many would consider a bad situation but tries to look on the bright side of it, pretty much anyone who does that is
always look on the bright side of virginity. That was a fail. That was an absolute fail. It's only very rarely that you should actually sing songs, and that was not one of the cases, because that payoff was not worth it.
It's considered coping, like it's a bad thing. Now, if you go on Google and you look up the definition of coping, all coping is effectively dealing with a difficult situation. Okay, so what's wrong with that? A lot of people would see the situation I'm in and see that as a difficult situation. So I'm just trying to deal with it effectively. What's wrong with that? Why is that considered an insult? I mean, I don't know. I just don't see why that's considered a bad thing. Now, to be fair, I am coping with something, and it's not what you think it is.
Are you coping a feel?
But I'm coping with a very difficult situation right now. I am coping with a situation. I have bird head. That's right. I am coping with bird head. It's a very difficult thing to cope with. I mean, I can't wear hats. I gotta listen to constant screeching all the time. And the worst part is and he sings over me too.
And he's styling your hair to make it look even sillier.
Do you have any idea how hard it is living with bird head? Oh, you would say that, wouldn't you? And the worst part is,
would this bird allow itself to be part of the in-person stand-up act? You might have to have a little bit of fishing wire tied around his leg and then tie the other somewhere on you, because I think he might make his escape. There's something here. You haven't put the pieces together. I would like to now officially submit to be your comedy writer. I can be your second mic and your comedy writer, and I think that you can go as far as a middler in Ohio.
Sometimes I wake up with my head covered in shit. Yeah, no thanks to you. But it's okay, though. I've got shampoo. Actually, this is a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's hot sauce. But it'll do. Dusty, do you...
Do it. Fucking do it. Put the Sweet Baby Ray's in your fucking hair. Don't you tease that and not do it.
think I'm coping? Is that a yes? You know, I was watching an interview with Michael J. Fox not too long ago. I mean, obviously, Michael J. Fox has...
And it looked like Michael J. Fox wasn't moving at all, because you had King Knowbody doing his sway, and Michael J. Fox with his shakes. They just evened out, and to King Knowbody, it looked like he wasn't moving at all. Maybe we will dedicate a full 90-minute episode to getting Rue to say cookie. Cookie? 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 Good old Fez Whatley.
Parkinson's disease, and it's advanced pretty far. And but you know, he doesn't sit around and feel sorry for himself all day. You know, he tries to have a positive outlook on life and have a sense of humor.
Shut that damn bird up. Just like in MASH. Shut that chicken up. It wasn't a chicken.
I mean, obviously he doesn't want to have Parkinson's disease. I'm sure he'd rather not have it, but I mean, that's the situation he's in, so he just tries to, you know, live his life the best he can with what he's got. But I'm sure a lot of like these incel types would be like, "Oh, Michael J. Fox, you're coping. You're coping. Secretly deep down, you're just mad because every can of Coke you drink out of turns flat. Secretly deep down, you're just mad that you can't stop dancing like a maniac."
What? Every can of Michael J. Fox's Coke turns flat? No, it would spray all over him. You're missing that blatant joke.
You're coping, Michael J. Fox. It's like, no, maybe some people just want to look on the bright side of life. Maybe some people just want to enjoy life despite the, you know, the negative situations they find themselves in. I get people accusing me of coping with, you know, with like my social awkwardness and my lack of romantic success and my lack of sexual success. I've had a lot of these like incel types come in my comment section like, "Oh, you're coping. You're just trying to be like a blue pill normie." And these are the same assholes who go on like incel forums and bitch about how women don't want to fuck them because they're not 6'10" and they don't make $80 million a year.
Very perceptive, Mr. Blue Sky. This guy has fake relaxed guy vibe, which is worse than nervous guy vibes. Yeah, he is putting it on, clearly putting on. There is just so much insecurity below this paper-thin surface.
I want to fuck them because they're not 6'10" and they don't make $80 million a year. As if that's not a cope. But me just trying to look on the bright side of my situation, that's coping. That's a bad thing. I don't get it. See, here's the thing. Ever since I started coping, my life's been a lot better. I've had to wear significantly less adult diapers to bed. I've traveled a lot more. I've been to Vegas and, like, you know, all these other cool places.
Like, that was basically a non sequitur, right? There is no setup payoff to now that I'm done coping, I don't pee the bed as often. I'm not seeing the correlation. It just seems like a non sequitur, which works sometimes. It didn't work for me there.
I've had to wear significantly less adult diapers to bed. I've traveled a lot more. I've been to Vegas and, like, you know, all these other cool places. I've got to meet.
Okay, the way that he said that was, I wear significantly less adult diapers to bed. That is a weird way that you put that phrase, as if you wore multiple diapers at once into bed because you had such explosive shits.
Meet some new people. You know, I got to go to some cool concerts. You know, I got to see the Rolling Stones. I got to see Pearl Jam, and, you know.
Oh, drinking helps with coping for a few hours at a time, and then it doesn't anymore.
I've had a pretty good, solid outlook on life. So, folks, if this is coping, let me tell you, I fucking love coping. Coping is awesome. Because before I started coping, I felt like shit pretty much 24/7, 365. But now, hey, this coping shit is pretty awesome. I love coping. In fact, I'm going to start coping some more. In fact, I'm going to cope so much that Christopher Nolan is going to make a movie about me. And it's going to be a...
See, he's got these setups. He's got something. But it's... I'm seeing it a mile away. Whatever movie Christopher Nolan is making of your story of coping is going to be a big old bomb. I would be pleasantly surprised if it's not.
Is going to make a movie about me. And it's going to be a sequel to his hit movie Oppenheimer. It's going to be a sequel to Oppenheimer, a movie about me called Copenheimer. It's going to be about how I, like, draw...
Swing and a miss.
Big bombs of coke everywhere I go. And the actor who's going to play me in Copenheimer is going to be, who else? Dwayne Johnson. That's right. I'm going to cope so much that Christopher Nolan is going to make a movie.
Is that guy from Grounded for Life still around? I think he was in the third Blade movie. He would actually be a decent you in a movie.
About me, where I'm being played by Dwayne Johnson. Now, I mean, we pretty much look exactly alike. I mean, the only difference is he's a muscular, heavily tattooed, bald Samoan guy. But, I mean, you put a 90s lesbian blonde wig on this dude and some glasses. I mean, the resemblance is going to be uncanny. But, yeah, I mean, coping, it's awesome. I love it. My life has gotten so much better since I started doing it. And I highly recommend doing it. And that's pretty much all I got to say in this video.
I think you got to throw the Copenheimer bit in the trash. I don't see a legit good stand-up bit coming out of that. I just don't see it, buddy.
Keep it cringy, everybody.
All right, I do believe that was the last video I pulled. Well, actually, Sway. This one is just him swaying to some music that sounds like it is copyrighted. So that actually gets bumped out of the rotation. Yeah, King Knowbody, just a Midwestern guy approaching middle age, trying to find his way through life and hopefully having a few laughs along the way. Are you doing stand-up in front of people? It doesn't feel like you're doing this stand-up in front of people. It sounds like that you are just telling us these, and you're not really working on them. Let's see. The Amazing L.A. Beast Thief. Oh, there it is. There's him at the Rolling Stone concert when he doesn't have money for anything else. Let's see. YouTube's... A Dollar Tree Adventure.
Hey, buddies, it's me here.
Let's go out with his Dollar Tree Adventure story. Then we will get to our last segment of checking out some clown ladies and be on our way.
Once again, here with my co-host, Mr. Knowbody. And look who else I got. Dusty's here. That's right. So anyway, I know I've mentioned this about a billion times, but I've been on YouTube for 17 years. For 2 years, I've run this channel, King Knowbody. But for the first 15 years I was on YouTube, I ran a channel called Just Keep That in Mind. And I'm not super
You take this away, King Knowbody. I am going to research that right now.
proud of that channel. There was a lot of
What was
cringe.
its name again?
And on YouTube, I ran a channel called Just Keep That in Mind. And I'm not super proud of that channel. There was a lot of cringe involved with that channel. And some of those videos kind of sort of aged like milk. But one video that I think is still kind of funny and that I think kind of stood the test.
Okay, just keep that in mind. 79 subscribers and 3 videos. That's quite unfortunate. I was hoping for a larger stockpile on your material. So that's the account he was speaking of.
Test of time was this video I made back in 2008 where I go to Dollar Tree and act like a dumbass. Believe it or not, a video of me going to Dollar Tree acting like a dumbass was actually the most popular video on my old channel. It got over 100,000 views for some reason. And like I said, it's one of the few videos that I...
Why did you delete it? You've got 3 videos. All of them have 200 to 300 views on it. Why the fuck would you get rid of your 100,000 viewer video? Even Elisa Jordana didn't do that when the video showed her committing a crime and assaulting her boyfriend.
I think actually turned out okay for my old channel. Now, recently, a bunch of my old subscribers from my old channel have found this channel and subbed to this channel and have asked me to re-upload that Dollar Tree video. And I figured, what the heck? I figured maybe it would be fun for those of you who only know me for this channel and have never seen my older videos. I figured maybe you'd get a kick out of seeing what I used to do. Ow! I figured maybe you'd get a kick out of seeing what I used to do when I was younger, back in my old YouTube days, back when I was still just keep that in mind. That's right, Dusty. Anyway, without further ado, here's the video. Like I said, it's from 2008, so it's definitely got a 2008 YouTube quality. And when you watch the video, you'll realize that
that's a lot of setup for a grainy video. And this does not have anywhere near the 100,000 views. It's got 3.3 thousand views. That is pretty average for him, which kicks the shit out of my views. So it would help me becoming a second mic for you. It would also help you because I can give you some pointers. So I'm going to this other channel. I'm abandoning his Dollar Tree retelling. I'm going to drinking 7-month expired eggnog.
How's it going, YouTube? It is me. Just keep that in mind. Time for another episode of Expiration Anxiety, and of course I got my beautiful co-host.
How many videos were on here at one point? So this was a regular series, and you nuked your own channel, including a video with a fuck ton of views.
Dusty.
Well, 100,000 isn't a fuck ton for someone like Dark Viper AU, but for us small folks.
The cockatiel. Say hello to Dusty, everybody. So, for this episode of Expiration Anxiety.
From 6 years ago. How long do parakeets live? He's had his bird buddy for a while now.
We're gonna have some expired eggnog. Now, a couple of you might remember that I did a video not too long ago where I drank some eggnog mixed with a whole bunch of crap to make a disgusting mixed...
Eggnog mixed with crap. So that is Nick Ricada coming in April's ass, and then Aaron eating it. Eggnog mixed with crap.
Drink. Here's a clip. So yeah, a couple of you may remember that. Well, I still kept...
Oh no, King Knowbody overcame his alcoholism, but now he is spreading his alcoholism to Dr. Z and other people watching his videos.
That disgusting bottle of eggnog. As you can see here, it expired January 11th of 2017. And as of this recording, it is August of 2017, so you know what that means, Dusty. We're about to drink some disgusting 7-month-old expired eggnog. Oh yeah. So, here we got some expired eggnog.
This is 6 minutes long. How much preamble is there?
It expired in January. About to smell it right now. Ugh. Oh man.
You are right, Mr. Blue Sky. Dusty the Bird is master, and King Knowbody is blaster.
Smell that, Dusty? You smell that? See? This bird is way smarter than I am because he's not going to drink this like me. However, I am...
Actually, last time I was calling the second mic the Flat Stanley, Mr. Knowbody in the back, and now he has the Bird regular. I might be the fourth mic at best on the King Knowbody channel.
I'm much, much dumber than your average bird, folks. So wish me luck here, Dusty. I'm going to need all the luck I can get. Oh. Shit. Okay.
I'm gonna go 1 1/4 speed. Haven't done this in a while.
So here's a little shot of this 8-month expired eggnog. You ready for this, Dusty? I'm not. Oh, this is gonna suck so bad. Okay.
Hold on, that was a nice little screenshot there of the, well, if you're going to be gagging for the next minute or so, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit ahead of this. What is going on there? What are you doing to the cup? Oh, okay. He vomited in the cup. I apologize. So that, we've got some gross out humor here on his past channel. Okay, I'm done. We don't need to watch this, the rest of this thing. That was King Knowbody and a check-in of his old channel. Just keep that in mind. No, what's Corey Feldman doing? Oh, Jim and them. That's someone reacting to Corey. And the Corey Feldman video is what got me my first warning anyways. Fucking YouTube is saying that my transformative content isn't transformative. Fuckers. Been about a year since that happened, that Corey Feldman episode. So, on to the next segment. Let's see if we can find a nice, pretty lady for King Knowbody, and maybe myself too, because as I said, I have been striking out and refusing to come inside a lady because I do not want children. But great point. I can get that snipped, and it feels great, but then it doesn't feel great for the rest of your life after that. You've got all these children responsibilities. So let's see what's doing with, oh, hey, Miss Faye. Maybe she would be up your alley, King Knowbody. Volume? Yep, there's the volume. So here she has, in the subtitles, when you try to skip the song playing, but it was only in your head, and you really tried skipping it more than once and had to witness it.
Whoa!
And had to witness it. Get a little wordy there, lady. Cut down on that last sentence.
Whoa! That was fun. I'm just gonna go drive my off!
There is Faye, who is coming to grips with the fact that she is a crazy person with auditory hallucinations. So, schizophrenia. I have not dated a lady with schizophrenia. I'm up for a first date with a schizophrenia lady. Even though I've said in the past, even bipolar 1, I wouldn't be a fan of. I could go, bipolar 2. There is no problem with a bipolar 2. That is easily manageable. But bipolar 1, oh boy, is that something else. Thanks, Jerry Lahane. Like, share, subscribe. Don't come inside if you don't want kids. Dillon to play Comedy Jesus. Thank you, Sam Bibley. And yeah, liking, subscribing, notification bell, all that helps with the algorithm and helps other people find me here. We have got one more lady. I certainly would enjoy going out with this lady. Oh, and I forgot to give your name. This is Anna Delos, Magic Girl. Ooh, she's into magic. That's fun. A fun little hobby from this sexy blonde lady. Looks like she has got Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, that she met in the lobby here in Vegas. Oops, did I say the wrong name? Thank you, Jerry Lahane, for that plug. Thank you, Sam Bibley, for being a beloved chatter. Sometimes I say the wrong names. So this lady, Anna Delos, she appears to have an asshole that is absolute fire. But that is a parlor trick. We see the fire shoot out of her asshole, and there is a bit of a weight. So that is a remote controlled popping of the balloon, because the fire shooting out of her asshole, it's dissipated. The balloon should be in pieces already. So there, that shows that Anna here is indeed a magician and not an actual asshole fire shooter. That's a different lady that you would have to go to for the asshole fire shootings. And once again, sorry, I forgot I got my beloved chatters mixed up. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about Aaron Imholt, and then on Thursday for some more TikToking around the clock. What? I can't watch this post. I can't watch this clown lady post. I guess I'm not logged in on this browser. Can I watch this clown lady post? Yes, I can. I can watch this clown lady post from our friends at Ghostlight Odyssey. I've got to remember to log in on this device, because we had the ladies of Ghostlight Odyssey doing some sexy stuff with a popsicle. But here they're doing some sexy stuff with a hot dog. So at least one of those got through. They are doing more with that hot dog than anyone has ever done with King Knowbody's hot dog. And it was on silent because they had a copyright music going on there. So unfortunately, yeah, they let that one through for all audiences with the hot dog, but not for all audiences with the popsicle. I'm going to have to log in to be able to see all of these videos. But luckily, we did get our finish there of clown ladies. And boy, Nurse Kaboom could finish me real quick, even quicker than the other clown ladies. So King Knowbody has been requested since I first had him on the show a few months back, and I like him. He needs help. He wants to be a stand-up comic, but you cannot be a stand-up comic by just doing it on YouTube. That is a bad idea, and you will not get the proper feedback. You will just spin in circles. Even if you do go out on the stand-up scene, you might just be foolish like Ray DeVito and still go nowhere. So that was the show for today. As Jerry Lahane put just a little bit ago, like, subscribe, share, notification bell. I go live Tuesday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, with a whole handful. Whole handful? What the fuck was I even going for there? With a handful of show concepts. So, be back soon with James Rolfe, a movie-making nerd. Possibly next week. I might need 2 weeks. Spurg Snake will be joining me. I will let my co-host know. Spurg Snake, of course, will be joining me tomorrow for the St. Cloud Moron Show, where we just point and laugh at Aaron denying that he ate the cumsies. And doesn't even matter if it's true. We're choosing sides, and it is not the Imholt side. We are going with the coked up polyamorist side of Nick Rekieta as we talk about Aaron Imholt tomorrow on the St. Cloud Divorce Show. Damn it, I've got to make notes of who I have coming up on TikTok around the clock, because I forget that. I'm 3 episodes ahead, so I forget who's on this one. I think it's next week that we have Nicole Dallas returning. She has got a spell on me, and that spell is big titties and a thick ass. So that is all for today. I'm gonna go on to work, and tomorrow I don't have work. It's my weekend in the middle of the week because I've got a shitty job, but they pay me money. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to our rope shooters for being members. And remember to become a rope shooter before this Friday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, for Slow Adult Speed Dating. I'm going to go on, get the heck out of here. And unfortunately, Mr. Z, the kitty treats are upstairs. I do not have any kitty treats in this room, so I cannot do a full-on Roocast. Even though the Roocast was successful, we can't we can't give her a treat because it's not down here. Oh yes, and I can give out gifted memberships. I've got to do that for tomorrow's show. Thanks for being a rope shooter momentarily, Sam Bibley. Hopefully you'll be a rope shooter in time to see the Slow Adult Speed Dating. And I remember to do the tutorial to give out those 10 memberships that I can give out once a month. Love to have you back as a rope shooter. That is all for today. Thank you all for joining. Now feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day.
Places all. All join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right to your honey with the right to left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.